Over the years, I've seen plenty of rock wallabies, usually in Central Australia, but none like this gum-booted bloke who bounces across slippery boulders on the edge of Bass Strait. His name is Dave Bowling. His family owns this beautiful coastal land for as far as the eye can see. They've done so for well over a century. In the mornings, Dave is a kelp farmer, dragging these carpets of fancy seaweed over the rocks.
Someone says, what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, that's a good question. Kelp carting is probably one of those things that, you know, people say, what do you do? And if you cart kelp, they go, oh, just cart kelp. But, yeah, it's not one of the glamorous jobs, but you don't want everyone doing it, if you know what I mean. You've got to talk it down.
Okay. You got a young man's job?
Absolutely, yeah.
And you don't need a gym after this?
No, you don't need a gym, but you definitely need a good sense of balance as well.
In the afternoons, he puts on a jacket and becomes a real estate agent. And in his spare time, he's also a councillor, a player in King Island's laid-back local government.
After you finished here, 4 hours of hard yakka, do you get a real job?
Yeah, that's when you've got to look busy then, or pretend to be busy. So.
What do you do?
Yeah, I've probably got 3 hats. One's real estate, this one kelping, you know, that's an early morning job, so I can be back in town early, do the real estate stuff, and then there's the council.
Dave's also a die-hard surfer, catching waves from Curry to Kalimantan. He knows and respects the ocean. Like the clean green land of King Island that produces the world's best beef and cheese, Dave insists that these pristine Bass Strait waters are perfect also for catching fish and lobster and harvesting the world's best kelp.
There's a lot of kelp out in the rocks there, but it needs a swell to, a big swell to break it off the rock, and then the currents will bring it in. So you need that sort of rough weather to break it off, and then the swell usually backs off, and it'll wash the kelp up eventually. We harvest the kelp here. It goes into a drying, dries out, then they'll process it into different grades, so it can be shipped overseas. When it's wet and fresh, it works out a ratio roughly 6 to 1. So 6 tonne when it's wet comes down to 1 tonne dry.
After it's hung out to dry, the kelp is shipped off to Europe for processing.
But it's pretty valuable.
Look, they've only just starting to find out the real benefits of bull kelp and other seaweeds. And apparently, King Island's got a real high alginate content in the kelp, so that's what's sought after here.
And in case you're wondering, because it's full of iron, calcium and many other valuable minerals that the human body needs, kelp is used in everything from medicines to food additives. Probably in your favourite ice cream too.